Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Talking Games with Kellie and Andrew. I'm Andrew.
And I'm Kellie.
Do I say that like the exact same cadence every time?
Yes, and so do I.
And I don't mean to. It just happened. I'm like, oh, time to go.
I know.
I just said it, and my brain started hearing the podcast while I said it, and I heard the music under it and everything.
I know. Brains are incredible things. You have big memory storage in your brain, but not on your MacBook.
No, my MacBook is quite full. That's just funny because, I don't mean to do the same intro. That's a fun behind the scenes thing. It's we talked a lot when we started the show. It's should we have should we say something specific? And but when we were making the first episode, we couldn't come up with anything because it was what are we going to say? That's going to be clever. So we just said that. And I think it was scripted the first couple episodes, right? Didn't I write it out to make sure I kind of followed a flow?
Yeah.
And now it's just
off the dome.
It's just very simple, and I'm stuck with it, and I don't even realize that I know it. Anyway, I'm Andrew.
I'm Kellie.
Kellie's very disappointed about that fact today.
It's a great day to be Kellie.
It's a great day to be Kellie. How about want to hop right in since it's such a good day?
Yeah, it's a good day for us. Maybe not a good day for Team 17, but a good day for the planet Earth.
Yes.
So Team 17, notorious Worms creators and fans of NFTs have canceled their NFT project. They were going to do Worms NFTs, not a game, but, worms that were non-fungible, NFWs, non-fungible worms. But Aggro Crab was like, this is stupid. We hate you. And everybody's like, this is stupid. We hate you. So they canceled the whole thing. They're not doing it anymore.
Remember last week when I specifically said, because we talked first about Troy Baker canceling his NFT project and then talked about the Worms creator making one, and I was like, it's just going to be all year, isn't it? Just saying that there's an NFT project 1 week and then 1 or 2 weeks later saying that there is no longer an NFT project.
Yeah, I think it's just going to be up and down all year. It's very, I've noticed a lot of celebrities are doing it now. Even just today, I found out Eric Andre's doing it.
Oh my.
And Matthew Lillard, which I was very disappointed about.
Shaggy.
Come on. It's just sad. It's what's going on?
It's weird to see because I feel like this hit the video game space first.
Mm-hmm.
So we almost have been through the whole cycle because I thought it was a good thing at first when it was very early introduced to me. And then I learned about the ethics of it and then how easy it is to manipulate and for companies to do horrible things with it. And now I hate it. But I feel like maybe in the celebrity space and in Hollywood in general, it's just now kind of starting. So they're just learning about it.
They're also not beholden to the same morals that we are as lay people.
Yeah.
When you have a lot of money, it's
You do things to make more money.
Yeah. But you know what? Can't take it with you.
No. It's non-fungible, but it's also non-carryable. I couldn't think of an F word that means to hold. I feel like I'm playing Wordle.
I feel like my brain stops working when I play Wordle.
Because I'm just these aren't words.
Today's was really, I hate when they have two of the same vowels in them.
It's cheating.
It is. You did it, right?
Yeah, I guess 2 fake words first.
I always start with, okay, here's a little tip and trick for all you Wordle heads out there. The word adieu, saying goodbye.
It's
the French one? It's a really good starting point because you get a lot of vowels in there and you get a D. So it's if those aren't in the word, then you know. That's my opinion, though. I'm not one of those people that's I need to get it in one,
Yeah, mine is Scion, Scion.
Wow.
I just I like the word Scion a lot. It means a descendant of royalty.
It's a good word.
Yeah. And it's just a fun way to start.
My old word was toast, but then I felt like I was wasting it because there are two T's in it.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. We're getting a little off topic here.
Oh, that's fine. Let's just hop right back in. Talk about Sony, who does not own Wordle.
Yet.
Wait, actually, I want to talk about one more thing. New York Times bought Wordle, and I laughed because we talked so much about the acquisition numbers, and it said low 7-digit numbers, so probably like $5 million or something, like $3 million. And I was just like, are you kidding me? That's literally nothing. I'm so used to billions of dollars because of this show that when I saw any like media property, even if it's just a little mobile game, being bought for something less than $1 billion, I'm like, oh, that's worth nothing. And I just thought that was funny.
Yeah.
Like for most of us, like $5 million would be life-changing, life-making, honestly. Like we'd be set for life. And then I hear that number and I'm just like, chump change.
You could buy $1 million mansion and still have like $4 million.
Exactly.
Like my brain can't comprehend that information. That's so much money. Anyway, sorry.
Speaking of people who have lots of money, Sony, who just bought Bungie, as we discussed in depth last week, has stated alongside that news story that they intend to launch 10. Did I say that right? Intend to launch 10 live service games by March of 2026. So within 4 years. So that's an average of 2.5 live service games a year.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. So there's two things that hit me in the brain cells with this one. First, live service games, I feel like can't launch as regularly as regular games. Because think about this. If like 5 or 6 single player games come out in the first 6 months of the year and you want to play all of them, you can. Most, single player experiences run you like 10 to 20 hours, let's say. Most people can find time to play all of those. But live service games demand all of your video game time. People who play live service games generally are committed to them as their video game. Somebody's hobby isn't playing video games. Their hobby is to play Destiny. And that's like the difference. So my question is, why are you trying to increase the rate at which you release these games? Because like people have to pick games to commit to and they can't pick multiple. If you launch this many, you're just spreading the fan base so thin that no game will be able to survive, or all of them will die except one.
Yeah. I wonder if it's just like let's cover all our bases kind of thing because they have that money to just be frivolous about.
Yeah, to just throw 10 live service games and see which ones stick to a wall.
Yeah. You're right, though. And really, there's not a whole lot of games that actually, live service games that actually have that much longevity. Like, even Overwatch is kind of dead now, and that was a big one. The only ones I can think of are like League of Legends, Dota, maybe.
Destiny 2 is definitely up there.
Yeah. I just feel like Destiny 2 is still a little bit young. It could be totally dead in a year or two, I don't think it will. I'm not saying it will be. I don't have any idea of the ecosystem around that game. But League of Legends has been around for a long time, World of Warcraft has been around for a long time. I don't know. I think it's an interesting choice to say that you're going to make 10 of these games within the next 4 years.
That's huge.
Absurd.
So
especially when you haven't even released one this year yet, and we're already in,
And they just bought Bungie, so like how early it can most of those things, if they're related to the Bungie deal, have to be very early. So this might be like a back half, like we have a quiet 2 years and then like 5 a year after that. But the other thing to me is, let's just take a step back and look at major first-party PlayStation releases. There have been a very, very small handful. We've been averaging like 2 a year. Because last year, barring the launch of the PlayStation, which came with Spider-Man and Demon's Souls, this past year we had Returnal and Ratchet and Clank as the 2 major PlayStation 5 exclusives. Arguably Deathloop, but that's on PC as well, and that will go multi-platform in the future. And then this coming year, the 2 huge ones that we see are Horizon and God of War. So, if this is completely true, that means that there might be a faster pace of live service games than single-player games. Single-player games that made PlayStation the platform that it is now and made it as big as it is.
Yeah.
This concerns me, and it really disappoints me to hear. Like, there's nothing wrong with live service games inherently. If they are a well-made product, cool. But if you're putting so many eggs in the live service basket that you have no eggs to put in my omelet, then I'm gonna go hungry.
I can't eat a nothing omelet.
Exactly. It's just a pan with like eggshells in it. There's probably protein in eggshells, but like, guys, I'm gonna be hungry.
Hungry.
I'm relying on like third-party developers only.
Yeah.
This concerns me.
It's concerning.
Oh boy. PlayStation is really strange right now.
Yeah. There's a lot going on. A lot of weirdness going on. Some of that weirdness maybe being that Call of Duty reports of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, not 2, but 2 as in coming out in 2022.
Not the one that already exists. Don't be silly.
Another one that is a sequel to one that was made 2019. So I've never said 2019. Okay. Anyway, so it's reportedly in an early alpha phase, but it's also reportedly being developed across like 11 different studios. So that's all of Activision Blizzard's studios. They haven't confirmed anything yet, but the same person who reported this also reported the first they also reported the existence of the game.
Yeah.
So that's 3 Infinity Ward studios. 3 studios, okay? And then Treyarch, Activision, Raven, Sledgehammer, Demonware, High Moon Studios, Toys for Bob, and Beanox.
The second to last one's the one that really gets to me.
Toys for Bob, they made like a Disney game or something that I played once.
Yeah, they made the Disney Infinity games, right?
Oh, maybe.
And then they
I don't
went
think
on
I
to
ever played those. But
and then went on to make the Crash and Spyro or the Spyro remakes and Crash 4 is what they made.
Maybe that's why I'm thinking of them. But anyway, that's 11 different studios working on one game right now at this juncture.
This is really playing into what we've been like saying that we hoped changed with the acquisition. Like, we're hoping that maybe Call of Duty kind of spreads itself out a little more, takes more time to develop, so that these games don't have to take every resource that Activision has to be made.
Yeah.
Like, every single resource.
It's just odd that it's like, it's in early alpha, but it's coming out this year.
I mean, they pump those things out pretty fast.
That's true. And if there's like 400 people working on the game, then I guess
11 studios, that might be more than 400 people.
Yeah.
Like, that's like everyone at Activision.
I just wonder, like, what size of the studios is being devoted? Like, is it like a 20-person team, or is it like the whole studio? You know, that'd be crazy.
I feel like it might be the whole studio for some of these cases, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like
don't know what Toys
Activision
for Bob is doing right now.
not making a new Crash game. They're probably only making Call of Duty.
Hey.
Because, like, the studio that made the Tony Hawk remakes got consumed by Blizzard, and they're just working on Blizzard products now. So, like, they really don't like small things.
No.
We've talked so much about this, I don't really want to add more, but, like, this is another thing. I'm really hoping Microsoft can clean this up and make it a little more balanced and give more time and energy to smaller teams and stuff and smaller products. But speaking of smaller products, Yacht Club Games, who is definitely not small anymore, independent developer of Shovel Knight, has finally, after almost a decade, announced a new game. This is Mina the Hollower. Mina?
I think it's Mina.
Little mouse. That's all that matters.
Oh, wow.
It is a Game Boy Color Zelda-styled adventure game. It's not actually on Game Boy Color. It's inspired by the Game Boy Color. I'm very excited. I've been wanting a new Yacht Club's game product for, like, literally since I played Shovel Knight. Like, I've loved the DLC they've released, and it's been very game-changing. But it's really cool to see that they're working on something new. They launched a Kickstarter and then within a day doubled their goal already, which that's not really that surprising. Everybody loves. Like, I don't know anybody who doesn't like Shovel Knight. Like, even if you haven't played it, nobody dislikes Shovel Knight. Oh, well.
Just kidding. I've never played it.
You know what?
I got you, though.
Yeah, you did. Hang on. I just need a sec to recover.
I like
I
the design of the main character.
Shovel
She's a very
Knight
cute little mouse.
or Mina.
Oh, Mina.
Yeah, she's very cute.
And I like the enemy design, too. It's kind of like spooky-ooky, but it's not like... It still feels, like, appropriate for, like, a little mouse.
Yeah. I mean, it just reminds me of, like, Link's Awakening, which is a lovable game. And I think this will probably be a lot of fun. It doesn't have any release date, because as I said, it's on Kickstarter.
Kickstarter.
It's on Kickstarter at the moment. Let me check the numbers on this one. They have gotten, at this point, $720,000 out of their $311,000 goal. So, I'm proud of them.
Wow.
But this is something we'll probably be talking about more in the future. Not really a lot to say today. I'm excited as a big what do you like to say? Yacht head? Or would it be yacht club head?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yacht head is fun.
Yeah.
So, are there any games you could drive yachts in, though, Kelly?
I'm trying to think of one. Perhaps Grand Yacht Auto 5? Wait, that doesn't make any sense. Grand Theft Yacht.
I was going to say, why'd you do... You replaced theft with yacht.
So Rockstar put out an announcement, and they were like, hey, you guys, we have really exciting news. We are working on Grand Theft Auto 6. I said, that's crazy because Grand Theft Auto 5 has been out for like 10 years now. It hasn't, but it almost has.
9 is close enough to 10.
Next year, it'll be 10 years. So if Grand Theft Auto 6 is... You know what? I can't say anything, okay? BioWare does the same exact thing with Dragon Age. They said, hey, we're working on it. It's like, oh, I can't hate. I'm in the same boat.
You can hate
I'm in the
both.
same yacht.
Good one.
Thank you.
You can hate both.
I'm not that's not true. I'm definitely a hater, but...
I was going to say, I kind of hate this. I feel like it's okay to hate this.
I feel like it's okay to hate this because it's absurd that they've released Grand Theft Auto 5 for basically every platform, and those horrible, awful trilogy remaster, and now they're like, oh, you guys, we're making Grand Theft Auto 6. I'm like, okay, we know.
Yeah.
You want money? You want to make money? We know. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I'm tired of the announcements of the we are
it's coming eventually.
Starting to make the game now. Shut up. Bring me a trailer. Get out of here.
Hey Kelly, I saw a tweet with some statistics that I want to share with you.
Okay.
Entire Assassin's Creed series, 155 million copies. Entire Final Fantasy series, 164 million copies. Entire Resident Evil series, 123 million copies. Grand Theft Auto 5, 160 million copies. That means that it has outsold the entirety of the Assassin's Creed and Resident Evil series, and almost definitely is on the verge of surpassing the Final Fantasy series.
Oh, wow. That's what I'm saying. They make so much money.
They should have been able to pump out like 6, 7, 8, and 9 with that quantity of money. But we still don't even have 6.
Yeah.
And I know that once we start hearing about the game for real, we're also going to hear about the crunch that comes along with it. So it's kind of like...
Oh, yeah.
It's bad in all ways.
At the hand of the Rockstar overlords.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Rockstar / Zynga overlords. Can you imagine if you were like working disgusting hours and feeling like manipulated and used by your employer, and your employer was called Zynga?
Yeah, I can't. Do you think Candy Crush is going to be in the next Grand Theft Auto game?
That would be really funny if like you're
if
in
it was
the game.
on your phone?
Yeah.
Rockstar, if you use that, you have to give me money, okay?
Yeah. Or just give her money anyway.
I'm the first person in the universe who ever thought of that. So you need to give me money. That's how it works.
Gotta do it.
Gotta do it.
Let's shift this this perspective a little bit. Let's get positive. Not on Rockstar, just to be clear. Rockstar stinks. Stinky boys.
Stinky you.
But something positive. A little game called Ghostwire Tokyo finally got its full reveal. This was revealed at Bethesda's E3 press conference many years ago now, and has only gotten little snippets of information since then. It was confirmed at some point to be PlayStation exclusive, now confirmed to be PlayStation 5 specifically exclusive. It's also coming to PC, and next year, presumably, it will come to Xbox once the exclusivity deal expires. But it also got a release date of, get this, March 25th. This game that has been under wraps for goodness long amounts of time has finally been revealed and is out in less than 2 months. I'm shocked. There were some leaks probably right after our last episode went up that this game was coming March 25th, and I was just like, nope, that's wrong. Maybe March 25th of next year. Because I think both of us were guessing like summer or like fall at the earliest for this game coming out, because we've heard like nothing about it. But we got a full gameplay reveal. They showed a lot of stuff. I'm a big fan of what we saw. Specifically, this is really specific. The first-person hand animations are like incredibly intricate and cool. These are some of the best first-person hand animations I've ever seen. Oh, Kelly's doing some hand animations for me. Goodness, I wish we had face cam. But I'm real excited. I'm a little disappointed it comes out the same day as Kirby, but also glad it's so soon. And it looks finished. It doesn't look like some crappy product that they're trying to shove out as fast as possible.
It looks very good. I love the enemy design. And you know what? The main character, he's pretty dreamy.
I thought that was it. He's pretty.
Oh, well, yeah.
Are you a fan of the hand animations?
Yeah. I was going to say, I did notice that. It also just looks very crisp.
Yeah.
Which it makes me excited that it's PS5 exclusive.
Yes, that's huge for me, is that it is only on this generation. Because I feel like there's been so few games that utilize it. Because like Deathloop was fine, and it was on PS5 only, but like didn't really utilize it, besides fast loading times. Whereas this game feels like it visually is using it a little more. So we'll have to wait and see, but we won't have to wait long. My one theory is the reason we've not heard about it is Bethesda wants this to fail.
Saying so.
Because
Don't
Deathloop we saw like 1,000 times.
I think they were
launch.
trying to push Deathloop as like a flagship. You know, like
and
a
this is
big,
just some
like,
smaller thing.
Yeah, I think maybe because this is
more niche.
Yeah.
I think it looks fantastic though. I'm going to play it.
I love the enemy design. It's like some of them are like so creepy and some of them are just like you're just like a dude. Like
they're based on like
mannequin.
Yokai, like Japanese spirits. And I think it looks to be utilizing the open world pretty well. Like not overwhelming, just an open space for you to explore.
Yeah.
And the combat looks fun. It's like a first-person shooter, but you don't have guns. You have like magic.
You have
That's
plasmids.
Cool. That's what it looks like well animated better animated plasmids.
Yeah. That was the first thing I thought of when I saw the hand animations. I thought of plasmids from BioShock. Because at the time I thought those animations were pretty good, but now looking back at it, they're kind of like like a big claw fist, you know?
Yeah. I mean, they were good at the time, and now they just keep improving.
Yeah.
So, I'm pumped to play this.
Unfortunately.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. You want to break my heart now? You want to do it now?
Did you have anything else to say?
No, I'm just waiting for you to break my heart. Just
okay.
do it. Just rip the Band-Aid off.
Unfortunately, reportedly, the Suicide Squad game killed the what's it called?
Killed the Justice League.
Justice League. I don't know why I thought that was so like violent, like the Suicide Squad game.
Can I say that?
Can I say that?
Is
Are they
that
allowed to do that? It has been delayed, reportedly until next year, by Rocksteady.
Yeah.
Not official, but
it's pretty official.
See, yeah, it looks like that's the way the tides are turning.
This is so disappointing.
Yeah.
I guess it's better to know now than like go through half of this year wondering when we're going to get a release day.
That's true. It's very early in the year still, even though I feel like it's not. So at least now we don't have to have our hopes crushed.
In June. But also, like, this game I feel like has been on the way for so long, and we had seen so little, and now we've been seeing quite a bit lately. So I thought that meant that they were like on the verge. It looked really, really polished in December when we saw it at the Game Awards.
Yeah. It's weird. A whole year. That's intense.
Yeah. Because that's not even saying like January of 2023. That might be like mid-year next year.
Yeah. Stinky.
So.
Stinky.
Let's keep riding the stinky train.
I'm always on the stinky train.
Gosh, I'm really glad that we cannot smell Kelly via audio.
I'm not stinky. I was just kidding.
You're just on a stinky train. You don't smell yourself, but everything around you does.
My cat is stinky.
Why?
Because she's stinky. She's not stinky.
Mine's not stinky either. I call him stinky all the time.
Yeah, her spirit is very stinky.
Platinum Games' new CEO, Atsushi Inaba, who is a developer and director with a studio who got promoted recently, stated that he wants to push them into live service, to move away from, and I directly quote, well-designed one-off games. So they want to push away from good games to live service games. I know that's not what they were trying to say, but the quotes here of describing single-player games as like these one-off experiences that are extremely well-designed and intricate, which sounds like a good thing, that's just a good positive, and then saying we want to move away from that. It's confusing. And I don't like it. And I'm also very confused because Babylon's Fall is their like first foray into live service, and that's not even out yet. So I don't know why they're already like putting all their eggs in the basket they haven't even picked up yet. Like they're throwing
and it's ugly.
Yeah. They have eggs in their hand and the basket's across the room, and they're trying to throw eggs into the basket.
And the eggs are ugly.
Yeah, ugly eggs.
Rotten.
They're like
stinky.
Green, like deep puke green.
Yeah. Or like when you hard boil an egg and you leave it in for too long, and then it's like the rim is like gray.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh. And it doesn't taste different, but you know it's different.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I'm very unhappy about this one. I love Platinum Games. I'm so excited for Bayonetta 3. And I don't think this will affect that, just to be clear. But like, they put out Nier Automata. They put out Bayonetta 2. They put out Vanquish. They put out Metal Gear Rising. They put out Bayonetta 1. They put out all these games that people love. And they might not be the highest sales figure games in the world, but it's okay to be like a B-tier studio. You don't have to be like, well, let's shift into live service so that we can make all the money. We already talked about it in this episode. It's already an overpacked market because it's a very, very, very tiny market. You know, lots of people playing, lots of money, but only a couple top dogs can exist. And I just don't want them to move away from those experiences. But it really sounds like this might be the end of an era.
Yeah. Maybe it's for the bet. Well, I don't want to say that, but maybe it's like, maybe the if they're not actually dedicated to making these, you know, single, well-designed one-off games, then they wouldn't be good anyway, you know? It is sad, though, because it's very clearly just like, well, we want to make money. Which, of course, every business wants to make money, but it's just a little bit shameless, in my opinion.
Why? Because the existence of Platinum in the first place was kind of like a creative team disagreed with how Capcom was handling certain development things, so they split off and made their own game development studio, so they had complete creative freedom to make what they wanted. Cool. That's a really pure intention. That's really artistic, and I appreciate it. And now they've grown so much that they're kind of doing what bothered them in the first place. And I wonder if maybe this is going to kind of push some of the talent out and create a new Platinum that's like a studio of veterans from there that make games.
Yeah.
Which
a gold. No, a diamond. No,
Yeah.
a pearl.
Okay, we're not talking about Pokemon yet. We still got a little bit left. More to come on this probably in the future. I am not worried about Bayonetta 3 because that's Nintendo. Even if it is Platinum produced or Platinum developed, yeah, it is very much produced by Nintendo. So I don't think they would let this get into that game. But the future is very, very not great. I'm assuming this means that they won't work on any new Nier games. They probably won't. I don't want to say it, but there's a high chance this Bayonetta 3 will be end of that series. I don't know, man. I don't know, Kelly.
It's no good.
I do not know.
It's no good, folks.
It's no good.
Andrew.
Yeah. I'm here.
I do have some good news for you.
Good. Please.
It's more for me, actually.
I was going to say, I got the Ghostwire thing earlier. That was really exciting. And then two very sad things.
Our good friend Jeff. You guys might know him. Oop. I apologize. You guys might know him. Jeffrey Keeley. We know him very well.
Is it Jeffrey?
No, I just made that up. I feel like usually Jeff, when it's spelled like that, is Jeffrey, but I don't know. I'm just talking.
No, keep talking. I'm researching. You just tell the story while I research.
Jeff tweeted. He was like, "Hey, does anybody want to see this behind-the-scenes look at the new Wolf Among Us game? Surprise! And a trailer. Surprise!" So Wolf Among Us 2 is getting a trailer on Wednesday. So when you're listening tomorrow, very exciting. I loved the first game. I don't love Telltale games, and I'm afraid, but I loved the first game. I loved it so much, and it's been a very, very, very long time since it first came out, since the last episode released. Because as it was a Telltale game, it was episodic, so, it was like the first two, and then it was like 3 years, and then it was it was the last three. No, I'm just kidding. I don't think it was that long, but it was,
It was a hefty gap.
So I'm very excited. I'm sure I'll have a more cohesive thoughts. I'll have more cohesive thoughts when we actually see the trailer. But this is good news for me, folks. This is a win for Kelly.
Yeah. And hopefully for the audience next week when they get to hear you talk about it excitedly, and hopefully not in a disappointed way.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I'm just nervous.
Thanks, Jeff.
I just feel nervous about Telltale.
Yeah. What, after that Expanse and Star Trek reveals from the Game Awards?
That Star Trek game looks so bad. Follow orders, disobey orders. Which one will you choose? I'm like, that is... You know what? Maybe it'll be a really good game. I don't know. What do I know?
You'll know on Wednesday if it looks good.
Yes, that's true. Well, I was talking about Star Trek.
Oh, no, that'll be bad.
Yeah, that's going to be stinky. But...
Oh, speaking of stinky...
Oh, okay, yeah.
Do you want to go ahead and tell the audience what you played this week?
Sure. I had a very stressful week.
It's a weird thing to laugh about, but...
So, I know. So, I stress played The Sims, which is my go-to stress play game. I download a bunch of mods, and then I make a family, and I have a lot of fun. And then I take the child from that family, and I just totally mess their life up. And it's horrible and awful, and it's a lot of fun for me. It relieves stress. I don't know why. I think I'm a control freak. But that's what I played this week.
Okay.
Andrew?
Yeah.
What did you play this week?
Thanks, everybody, for tuning in to talking... Oh, yep, sorry. Got confused. I played a little game. This is crazy new. It's called Pokemon Totally haven't talked about it on the show before.
Oh my god.
No, I played a lot more of Pokemon Legends Arceus. In fact, I finished it. My thoughts are not very expanded over last week. I played a little over double what I had last week. I really loved this game. I thought it was fantastic, especially once you kind of get into the loop. I finished the main story, and there's a pretty generous post game, one that is definitely fun if you're at all a fan of Diamond, Pearl, Platinum. There's a lot of cool stuff in there. No spoilers. I'm not going to tell you any of the details, obviously. But one of the main goals of the game, once you have finished it, is to catch every Pokemon in the Pokedex, which is under 300, like we said last week. And I personally thought that would be completely attainable because of the pace I was working at, every few minutes, basically, I'd come across something new. And I really, really loved the pace of this game. I thought it was constantly these little dopamine hits of seeing a new Pokemon and being able to expand your Pokedex. I hit the 40-hour mark, and I would say the last 2 hours, I was very much thrown off. The pace changed drastically because the last 10 Pokemon take an enormous quantity of time in comparison to the rest. Most Pokemon, you just find them in the wild and you catch them, and that's the end of the story. And maybe they're too strong and you just have to come back later, but that's, you just wait and come back later. But there are some Pokemon that I needed a little bit of RNG. They only spawned in these like space-time distortions that happen randomly and very rarely. In my 40 hours, I only saw 5 of those space-time distortions. So theoretically, it could take up to 8 hours for that thing to spawn. And I'm sure it wouldn't, but the very concept of walking in circles waiting for one of those to spawn so that I can maybe get that Pokemon, it ended it for me. I just decided, I was like, well, these last 10 Pokemon are probably going to take me like a couple hours each.
Ugh.
Versus the rest of the game being like every hour I got a few new Pokemon. So I made a very genuinely difficult decision and set the game down. I'm very bad at that. There's this little thing called the sunk cost fallacy where once you put in so much time to something, you feel like you have to finish it, even if you're not enjoying it. And I have fallen victim to that many, 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 many times, especially with my video games. So deciding to set this aside was very difficult, but now when I think about the game, it's purely positive. You have, like, there's certain games, like the biggest one that comes to my mind is like Super Mario Odyssey. I love that game to pieces. But when I think about it, one of the first things I always think about is the last like 5 to 10 hours I spent just grinding to get 100% completion versus ending when I was like happy.
Yeah.
So with this game, I decided, you know what? It was probably going to take like 10 more hours to get all of this stuff. And it really would have been a game ruiner. And I loved the 40 hours I spent with it. So I called it a day. I called it quits.
He called it, folks.
I called it. Call me a coward if you need to. I know.
I would never call you a coward.
Not even for quitting when I only had 10 Pokemon left.
No. I completely hear what you're saying. And not to get a little bit philosophical, but I feel like I'm at a point in my life where I'm like, I'm supposed to be having fun playing this game. I'm way too old to be not having fun playing this game.
Yeah.
So if I don't want to do something and it's not necessary, I'm not going to do it.
Yeah. Well, especially because like I spent so long loving every minute. Like the only part of the game I didn't really enjoy was the first 2 hours, which like we discussed a lot because of how like tutorialized and handholdy it was.
Mm-hmm.
But the second it let you free, I loved the game from start to finish. And like even the story stuff that was kind of handholdy, I was invested in the plot, so I didn't mind those side steps. And there are some problems with this game. They are visually apparent, shall we say? It's ugly. It's very ugly.
Stinky.
But I kind of stopped noticing that. I fell in love with the formula. I'm a big fan of checklists, and this is just a checklist dream. There are so many checklists, guys, and they're fun. And there's so many checklists. But all in all, recommended game. That's, I feel like we don't do scores here. It's just like recommend it or not, and I recommend it. That's my final review of Pokemon Legends Arceus.
Yeah.
Gotta catch them all, except those last 10.
Oh,
Did I
we
what?
we won't talk about them.
Did I what?
I don't remember. Oh, did you think I was gonna say yay, but then I said yeah? Did I fool you, audience and Andrew? Yeah.
Sorry,
I did it again.
I was listening for the audience. I'm just waiting. Hang on.
Oh.
Wait, shh. I think I hear them. You got us, Kelly. Oh my god, that was crazy. Oh wow, there they are. They're right.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Wait, they have more feedback. Wait, ready. That was a stupid bit, Kelly. Whoa, guys. Hold on a second. Who said that?
All right, Kelly, I just got to make fun of you. This is already a bit, but you were trying to like put your hand up to block so the audio sounded further away, and you directed your mouth at the microphone instead of away. Like you placed your hand, and I thought you were going to cover your mouth, so it kind of sounded like, oh, it sounds in the distance. So it's a little quieter, but nope.
The audience is in the room with me.
Over your shoulder, just listening to you.
Yeah. It's a little bit weird, you guys. Come on.
I really want somebody to watch us make this podcast from one of our like locations, because then they would only hear one of us, and it would be this really awkward like only hearing half of it exchange. I've done that before, because sometimes when I'm working on the show, I'll like mute your track or something for a moment, and then it'll just be me talking, and I'll just go silent. And I know it's because you're talking, but it is the most uncomfortable thing. So maybe one day I'll just publish only 50%, like only me or only you.
That would be fun.
I think yours would be even funnier, because it would be like the theme song, and then it would like fade out, and then you just like after like a long time you'd be like, what's going on? And I'm Kelly.
Yeah. And also my ramblings are more often than not insane. So it would really be like, this girl needs
just a lot
assistance.
Of just like 50% silence and 50% pure ramblings.
That's what it's like in my car. On the way home from work.
We need to slap a microphone in your car and make that a podcast.
Ugh, it's not good, folks.
Kelly.
Andrew?
You know what I want?
What?
I want an...
oh.
I mean, I could go for a donut.
Me too.
I want a Nintendo Direct.
Yeah.
I feel like it's time.
It's time. Put my foot down.
Because we've had, 2 Directs since we started the show? Because we had the E3 one, and then the September one.
There was another one. Not in September.
There's the Animal Crossing one. Is that what you're thinking of?
It was the one where they announced Advanced Wars 2.
Advanced Wars Reboot Camp?
Yeah. Was that E3? I didn't think so.
Yeah, that was...
I thought it was before E3, because I feel like I just started my job.
I mean, they had one in March. Or no, they had one in February. Yeah, because there were 3 major Directs last year. February, which is why I'm saying it now, because I'm in the mood for it, and it seems like the time of year. February, June, and September.
Right.
Because June was E3, and then September was the one where Bayonetta and Kirby were announced.
Yes.
But now it seems, it's February. Part of me doesn't think we need one because we're so aware of so much coming. But at the same time, there's a lot of games we don't have release dates for from them. Like Advance Wars, like you just said. We don't have Splatoon. We don't have a Breath of the Wild sequel. We don't have Bayonetta 3. So like we definitely could use some stuff, and then maybe some little reveals. New Yoshi game or something.
Yoshi!
Yeah. But I want one. So hopefully next week I'll be reporting on a Direct having happened.
Well, I'll let them know that you want one, and they'll set something up for you.
Does your uncle work at Nintendo?
I'll let Mr. Bowser know, and he'll set something up for you.
Okay.
Ted Bowser.
I'd love to get him on the show. I'm going to call him up.
What's his first name?
Doug.
Dan? Ted?
Doug.
Doug Bowser.
Doug Bowser.
You said that.
Yeah. I liked your mental process continuing to happen after I told you the answer, though.
I don't know why I thought it was Ted. This just sounds
close.
right. Ted
That's
Bowser.
one syllable.
That's actually Bowser, like from Mario. That's like his name. It's Ted. It's actually Theodore. He goes by Ted because he wants to be more mature.
I thought he went by Bowser.
Well, he goes by Bowser, but like his friends call him Ted.
Oh. Who's he friends with? Because we've never heard that.
All right. You don't have to be
this
mean.
is a genuine question. I want to know the lore of Ted Bowser.
I don't know.
Theodore Bowser.
You know what? I'll get back to you.
Okay.
Lucky
But-
you?
Oh, well, I guess he...
See,
Does
friend?
he speak? He's probably friendly. Like when he
Oh.
drops him off in Mario Kart after picking him up from the abyss, he's like, here you go, Ted.
Yeah.
But we can't hear it because the engines are so loud.
Aw, he's so cute with his little glasses.
Yeah. Well, Kelly, we got a big couple weeks coming up. Horizon Forbidden West is right on the horizon. That was not on purpose. Uncharted
Elden Ring.
movie.
Which I won't be there for.
Elden Ring.
But it's fine. It's fine, you guys. It's
Well, you still
really
get to
fine.
play- what, you get back on what, Saturday or Sunday?
Yeah, but I got like stuff to do that weekend.
No, you don't. Elden Ring. Yeah. And then Uncharted film. Excited for that one?
Yeah.
Maybe we'll go see that. We'll see. Let's wait and see what the general consensus is, maybe?
Yeah.
And then Kirby, Ghostwire Tokyo,
Ruby.
the Cuphead show, Halo. All of that is in the next couple weeks here.
It's going to be a wild spring.
It's February. When does spring start?
March 1st.
Oh.
I think it's actually March 21st, but in my brain, I don't consider March winter.
Okay.
So,
Even though it still will be snowing until like late April, probably.
yeah, so those are the rules because I said it.
We're probably going to be snowed in for all of the video games I just announced.
Yeah, probably. If we are for like Kirby, that might be a little concerning.
Nah, it'll probably happen. It's
Yeah.
likely.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, let's call it quits this week on Talking Games. Thanks, everybody, for giving us your time and your patience as we work through this difficult time. Nothing's wrong. We're just kind of stupid, and talking for this long is sometimes really challenging. So we appreciate you working with us.
Thank you so much, everybody, for your patience, for your time.
I think I just said that stuff, Kelly.
And thank you.
We'll see you next week, everybody.
Bye.